Speed Sunday, 4 hours of high-revving, ear-splitting, race-filled fun that puts you in the driver's seat with some of the biggest names in rock and roll, and then some. Hi, everybody. I'm Ken Ober, bringing you MTV's answer to Days of Thunder, or the Marx Brothers A Day at the Races at the very least. The next 4 hours will be coming to you from the site of the first annual Denver Grand Prix, which, for you geography buffs, just happens to be located in the mile-high city itself, Denver, Colorado. To tell you more about today's coverage, let's go down to the pits to MTV's sports legend, Kevin Seal. Oh, Kev.
MTV has certainly hit the pits today.
Say that again, buddy.
Absolutely.
Stay off the car, man. Kevin Seal, man, I don't know. So, hey, here's a video, man. Hey, Kevin, don't go away mad, man.
Just go away. Skid Row, Sebastian Bach himself. So, Sebastian, do you have any history in racing yourself? Have you ever raced?
Yes, I got to tell you, Ken, you know, looking around here at the Denver Grand Prix, we got all these really fast cars going around, a lot of race fans, a lot of people named Andretti, and I got to tell you, I've been practicing for about 8 years because at my house, I've got this really insane, gorgeous candy apple red, chrome-plated bus pass that is really, really, really nice. It really didn't come in too handy for this race, so decided I'd just come here and talk.
Now, you've got a member of the band racing, right? Rachel's racing.
Right, yeah.
Now, what do you think? Does he stand a chance?
Yes, he does, because he has, see, what not too many people know is the nose chain device is also actually a radio interceptor where he gets special information comes in through his nose, up to his ear, and in through his brain, and I am going to be giving him the play-by-play, you know, help that I'm here to assist him with.
Well, throw the yellow flag in my face. That comes as a total surprise to me. I want to thank Sebastian Bach for taking time to coming up to the MTV booth. We got a commercial. We'll be back with more action from Denver.
Yeah! Is it loud enough for you?
You're also like golf guys, right?
Hacking guys.
Hacking.
Better word.
Shopping.
Like, yeah, we were driving a lot better today than we were driving on the range.
Well, let's take a look at the Vince and Tommy golfing. Could be fun.
This. I got to see this.
Let's look.
Now, after a massive day of racing, we are now taking off to go do a massive day of hacking. We're out of here. We're out of here, and the Motley Crue racing team is now on the way to become the Motley Crue golfing team.
Oh my God.
7 feet even. Motley Crue. Motley Crue does it again.
Choice.
Down into it. That's it, Mike.
Yeah.
Right in.
Yeah.
Right in the heart. You're looking at the golf team of the 90s. That was a hell of a crush. Hell of a crush.
Wow!
That's it. Get out of here. This is over.
Great. So does golfing look like it's going to be a big part of Motley and influence in your next album?
I don't think so.
What are you seeing that? Who knows?
We did actually do pretty good.
You guys look like golfers.
Yeah, we came in like 4th place, I think.
You had the shoes. It was the shoes.
No, it's
the
the shoes, Howard. Yeah, the shoes did help out a lot, but.
But racing is where it's at for Motley right now.
here.
Now, racing is where it's at for Skid Row. At least Rachel Bolin is going to be driving. Of course, Sebastian Bach would be driving, except he doesn't know how to use a stick shift. So right now, let's take a look at Skid Row. And here's 18 in life.
Can't believe they're letting a bunch of long-haired degenerates like us in race cars on the track.
Excellent.
Jack Russell, I'll eat for breakfast. There's a fine line between winning and losing. It's the finish line. You know? Stay tuned, and you'll see soon.
Approximately, I'd say a half a mile from the ground. I'm in the mile-high city of Denver, so that puts me a mile and a half. Well, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, the excitement is building here at Maximum Speed Sunday continues. In a little while, the MTV Celebrity Challenge gets underway, and you can really feel the place kind of shaking a little. Rock stars, actors, cars, probably the worst combination you could possibly think of. Anyway, let's find out what it's all about and go down to Kevin Seal, who's got two special guests, Kurt Smith and Steve Baldwin, and find out a little more about this race.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm rethinking this black driving suit thing for today. A little warm, a little warm.
It's a touch hot for this 90-degree weather. It's got to be said. Yeah.
Little warm, little warm.
I'm from Tucson, you know, so it's gnarly, but, you know, it's not so bad.
Gnarly, but doable.
Yeah.
But speaking of being hot, you guys are it. Steve, you qualified third, stay on the track just behind Vince and Tommy. Kurt, you're just behind Steve here. And you don't even own a car.
Right, I don't, because I live in New York now, and there's really no point owning a car, so this is the only chance I really get to drive.
And it's not just that you live in New York now, but you grew up in England where everything's on the other side, too.
That's right, yeah. I mean, I have to start getting used to having gears on this side. I keep going for the door handle every time I want to change gear, but I'm starting to get used to it now.
Well, it's a good thing there's just no traffic circles out here today, because I would see a definite mishap there. Anyway, so what's the speed secret out here, Steve?
The speed secret is basically to go as fast as you can and hold on and hope for the best.
And hope that Herman Rarebell from the Scorpions doesn't pile into you.
And hope I don't get into a Slaughter or Motley Crue sandwich.
No, we don't want to name names or point at any fingers, but yeah, Tommy Lee busted his car in qualifying. But anyway, this is Sowing the Seeds of Love from Tears for Fears.
You guys are touring. You're training, you're up all night. What's the deal here?
You get maybe 4 hours sleep if you're lucky in your life. We went to Willow Springs on our days off of playing with Kiss and Winger. And then we played last night, Oklahoma City. We don't even have money for like a bus fare, better yet a Learjet, which took us out of Denver to Oklahoma last night. Dude.
You're training in Willow Springs, right?
Training in Willow Springs, and there's like zero time in our lives because we're playing every single night with Kiss and Winger out on tour. But it's great to be here racing.
There's no bigger high you could ever get in your life, believe me.
Me either.
No matter what you do. Yeah, she knows.
And this is the car you're driving, Mark?
This is the car I'm driving.
All right.
This is more like the car we want to be driving right here. This is the car you need to drive right here.
All right, why don't you guys stay tuned for more from MTV Sports, Maximum Speed Sunday, after these messages.
See ya!
See ya. And raring to go.
Okay, we were right in front of you in like the pace car, and something happened. We kind of lost you. What was up?
Just broke the gears, man.
Now,
couldn't hack it.
Are you going to be ready come race time, Tommy Lee?
I don't know. We'll have to check with the GEO people.
Okay, well, the GEO crew are working frantically on Tommy Lee's car.
Oh, how do I fix this?
Jeff, we just got finished with the time trials. How's it feel?
Good, real good. I didn't do as well as I wanted to do. Sitting a few lines that were just completely wrong, but now that I figured out the problem, it's going to be good.
Yeah, so you got to go through some kind of training to do this, right? You can't just jump into this.
I sincerely hope not. You're worse than me out there, you know?
So where did you went to school, right?
Yeah, a place called Willow Springs up by Edwards Air Force Base.
Oh, yeah, we've got some footage on that.
Right.
Hey, I'm Tommy.
And I'm Vince.
And welcome to Willow Springs Rock and Roll Racing School.
You know it.
Take a ride on the wild side.
We're trying to really put a lot of emphasis on braking and proper downshifting because there's going to be a lot of gear changes in, of course, a street course like Denver. And that gets real confusing because there's a proper technique on how to do that, and it's very, very critical. In fact, we told them the people that really master the braking and the downshifting technique properly are going to probably do pretty well in Denver.
It's a whole different thing. You know, you come here thinking that you know it all, and you realize that the driving techniques from a racing standpoint are a whole different story than from a street level, you know?
You really start to realize that you're in control of your car. That's one thing that's taught me. You're in control of your car. You make it do what it does.
You can't touch this. Why you standing there, man? You can't touch this. Yo, sound the bell. School is in, sucker. You can't touch this.
If you see a waving black anywhere, especially at the turns, it means that session has stopped. Whether it's a practice session, your race, whatever, it's stopped. That means there is a red flag at start-finish line, all right?
Well, I'll tell you what, there's no comparison to rock and roll, but you definitely get your adrenaline flowing up here.
Actually, it's almost the same, you know? I mean, you get the same thrill when you're on stage than when you're driving a race car. It's enjoyable, like rock and roll, and it's great.
I can't believe people actually get paid to do this.
Who's gonna win? Well, I think the Motley Crue guys are doing very well. Jack Russell is.
Vince might. He's a really good driver.
He's the guy that comes in first.
There you have it, training up at Willow Springs. Well, these guys are taking their racing seriously, and so am I.
Uh-huh.
I'm really getting excited about this race. How about you?
She's gonna drive with me now.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna hot dog it with Jack here. Oh no.
You can shift for me.
All right, well, why don't you introduce this video?
This is In Excess Suicide Blind.
Suicide Blind.
Of course, brought to you by GEO. All the cars in this race today will be GEO Storms. I'm standing up here a mile high. Smell that? That's high-octane fuel, and that can only mean one thing. The fever is pitching in the pits. Let's go down to Kari Wuhrer and see what it's all about.
Hey, up here. Thanks, Ken. You know, I'm just hanging out here in the pit. You know, the Indy cars are doing their qualifying laps, and I'm standing right in front of a bunch of fans waiting to see their favorite celebs race. And that's what I'm doing, man. I'm just waiting to see my favorite celebs race. Ronnie James is in the race. Why don't we see what Ricky's doing, huh, Ricky?
Thanks a lot, Kari. I'm here by one of the straightaways right now. Right now, they're doing the qualifying for the Trans Am. You think this is loud? This is nothing. A little bit later on, they're going to bring out the big boys, the Indy cars, with racers like Fittipaldi and Unser and Indy 500 winner Lyondike. It gets pretty heavy here. And, of course, it gets really... 2 cameras? See, I'm not used to this kind of stuff. This is professionalism. This is 2 cameras. This is MTV Sports. Back to you, Kevin.
The action is hot and heavy down here in the pits, looking a bit like Kuwait City back here. People are just suffering, but they're still getting their milk, and that's a good thing to think about. Oh, geez. Hey, can you get in here? I did have the brake on. I'm gonna rip him up. That's well. Who would have thought of it? And I'm sure there's more, Ken.
Let me get this straight. That was Ober to Kari to Rachtman to Seal back to Ober. That was a 5-way TV toss. Now, I'm being told in my headset that's a television first. That's not the only television first you're going to see here on MTV's Maximum Speed Sunday. We've got lots more. We've got high-octane fuel. We've got, well, there's pickles. There's a big plate of pickles over there. No one's touching them because it's really hot and they've spoiled. But that's not your problem. Just stay tuned. We've got that race coming up. Down of those racers, then race expert himself, Sebastian Bach, lead singer of Skid Row. Bats, let's take a look at the field. Tommy Lee, what do you think?
Okay, Tommy Lee, I think his chances are very good because of the haircut, which is shaved at the side of the head on both sides, allows for a more better aerodynamic line of air, which I think will assist him in the race.
Okay, let's move on. What about the guys from the Scorpions, the 2 Germans?
Well, of course, the Autobahn. I think they've been practicing all their lives. You know, they're in Germany, and they get to wield, not like us, they do not have to drive 55 there, so they might have that added German advantage.
Let alone the unification thing working for him.
Yes. This is...
Okay, let's move along. What about Jack Russell? What do you know about Jack's chances?
Well, I know Jack's been up now for 4 days in a row, and I was asking him when is he going to sleep, and he said, on the straightaways, dude.
so anything would happen with Jack. Yeah. What about actor Steve Baldwin?
He's great.
There you go. Now let's how about the Slaughter boys? We got the whole band racing. What do you think?
Yes, I think that they have a great chance. The Fly to the Angels song, you know, the lyrics flying, going down the road.
And of course, you're probably your personal favorite.
Rachel Bowen of Skid Row will win it because, you know, even if he comes in last or something, this is the 90s, and I think the safe driver is always the true winner.
That's a good point.